when the game's on and we're eating food and we're together as a family, seriously, that's my happy place.
We're huge Utah fans.
I can honestly say I inherited my love for the University of Utah from my mom.
When Utah plays, she puts on her red jacket or shirt, and she knows their names.
We have several graduates in our house from the University of Utah. I was a little bit older when I finally graduated. We raised a family first. Going back to school and finishing my degree, it was a benefit for me.
She took a class from me, Poli-Sci 1100, and she maxed my midterm, and I thought, hey, that's not an easy exam. I wonder where I left it in the house where she could look at it. But that's not Pat. She studied so hard, and I've never got over it. I guess I've had less than 0.5% ever max my exam.
I still love the feeling when I walk on campus at the University of Utah. There's a feeling of camaraderie, a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of challenge, a feeling of excitement among the people there. Dan and I are a blended family. So he has 3 children from his first marriage. I have 1 from mine, and then we have 3 together. We have 16 grandchildren.
She definitely gets a lot of her energy from spending time just being a mom and being a grandma.
She's the happiest when she's with her children.
For some women, having a career and a family works for them, and everyone's different. And I think the thing that I've learned from my mom is to respect everybody.
Because I have, all over the years, always had a career, having meals at home on a weekday is tough.
And there are some times that I'd say, where's dinner? She says, you know where the refrigerator is, how to turn the stove on.
I learned to pull my own weight and to appreciate the time when my mom was there.
Sunday is our family gathering day, and everyone knows that they will have a hot meal here just to be with our family. Dan taught at Utah State. When we first got married in 1975, we wanted to go back to Salt Lake. He was actually going to go work with 2 other men as a consultant, and I said, why don't we just start business together? So we started just the 2 of us, and then it just grew and grew. When we first started business, Dan and I would go to a client, and the client would always ask Dan, about the survey. And he would say to them, ask her, she wrote it. She wrote the analysis, she managed the account, she arranged the interviewers and so forth. He always gave me credit where it was due.
When people ask my dad, how has your business been so successful? And he says, the woman next to me.
I think it's an accomplishment to work with your spouse.
Pat and I, during the workday, communicate each day.
I conducted focus groups just about on every topic you can think of. Dan Jones and Associates became kind of a gold standard in our state.
She taught me that it was more important to be kind than to make a lot of money.
I learned so much from there, and actually it helped me decide to run for office.
She has a tremendous ability to relate with people. She was a very effective legislator.
My first year was in 2000. I think you learn what your values are.
She would know the facts before she would make her positions known.
I worked very hard on bills that would fund public education.
She had a tremendous passion for education.
I passed 80% of my bills, which is a very high margin.
Her motives are pure. She really does care about making a difference.
I had 5 campaigns. They were all successful, luckily, but I worked hard.
She'd come home late at night from going door to door. She learned to like the people. She loved the legislature. And for 14 years, the legislature loved her.
I was approached and asked to be the CEO of the Women's Leadership Institute. The Women's Leadership Institute is a 2-fold mission. One is to urge women and support them to run for public office. And the other side is to elevate women in organizations.
She's taken it to the highest standards of getting women to get involved in politics.